Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from PJ Media. This is dated August 25th. It's called America First Republicans versus Party First Democrats, the War for America's Soul. Sounds pretty serious, doesn't it? Let's get into why it's serious. It says politics is a game of trajectory. Everything is in a perpetual state of rapid, manic motion. Nothing is ever fixed. Every issue, controversy, and opportunity is evolving. Today is but a snapshot in time. Tomorrow will be something different. It's why political strategists must think like Wayne Gretzky, who famously said, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been." Says that's how you've got to play the game. Says President Donald Trump excels at this. It's one of the secrets to his success. He's the living, breathing embodiment of the mantra, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Why any Democrats call it flooding the zone. But it's all a byproduct of Trump's creativity, vision, and anticipation. The Democrats and the rest of the GOP, however, they have the anticipatory skills of a carrot. Yeah, that's funny. Carrots probably got a little bit more, actually. It says, in the business world, we could call it the who moved my cheese phenomenon. It goes like this. A business figures out a steady, predictable financial model, but then something changes. Maybe it's market conditions, maybe something else. Either way, like a rat trapped in a maze, their cheese gets moved. And now they've got to find a new path or they'll starve. Sadly, many businesses starve. This is adapting is hard. As this brings us to today, with the great gerrymandering war of 2025 now upon us. It says, whereas the Republican Party is setting the agenda by skating where the puck is going to be, the Democrats are playing follow the leader, and they're doing it deliberately too. Our friends on the left call it fighting fire with fire, but their own words betray them. Fighting fire with fire is responsive, not anticipatory. It's the difference between going on offense and setting the pace and tone versus lying on the ropes and trying to counterpunch. Yawn. It says, ask any boxing fan. When you get two counterpunchers in the ring, it's going to be a boring fight. I used to be a boxing fan. I haven't really followed boxing in like 30 years. Just no reason. Other things just came up in life. As meanwhile, the GOP is unified under the America First banner, solidifying its political gains and marching in lockstep together in the Make America Great Again movement. Among Trump's legacies is teaching the Republican Party to stop acting like effete philosopher kings, roll up its sleeves, and utilize the same advantages that Democrats have long relied upon. And that's gerrymandering. Democrats have elevated it into an art form. It says, first bullet here says, Trump received 1.25 million votes in Massachusetts, winning 36% of the vote. The state has 0 Republicans in the House. That's the U.S. House, not the state House. I'm sure there's at least one there. It says, second bullet, Trump received 737,000 votes in Connecticut, winning 42% of the vote. God, figured Connecticut's population would actually be higher than that. Not the 737,000, but 42%. Man, okay. No, that was just kind of shocking. Anyway, it says the state has 0 Republicans in the House. It says Trump received 423,000 votes in New Mexico, winning 6% of the vote. The state has 0 Republicans in the House. So that's the trend for the first 3 bullets. It increases a little bit for the next 3. So the fourth bullet says Trump received 2.4 million votes in Illinois, my state, winning 43.5% of the vote, which is better than I thought it was going to be. It says out of their 17 congressmen, there are only 3 Republicans. Fifth bullet says Trump received 3.6 million votes in New York, winning 43.3% of the vote. Out of their 26 congressmen, there are only 7 Republicans. It says Trump received 6.1 million votes in California, winning 38.3% of the vote. Out of their 52 congressmen, there are only 9 Republicans. It says, which makes their howling, screaming, and hysterics over Texas's redistricting plans rather suspect. Right now, Texas, which hasn't voted for a Democratic presidential candidate in 50 years, has 38 congressional seats with 25 Republicans and 13 Democrats. So yeah, a little more fair, I would say, than the Democrat states. It says that's a ratio far more forgiving than the ridiculously gerrymandered districts in blue states. Yes, that is. Quite overwhelmingly so. It says, but this is the strategy that's kept the Democrats afloat in good times and bad. When Obama won the presidency in 2008, the Democrats won 52.9% of the votes in House elections, which somehow led them to controlling 59.1% of all the seats in the House of Representatives. It says for decades, they've rigged the game by rigging their districts. And now that the Republicans are finally leveling the playing field by doing the exact same thing, it's basically, it says they're crying foul, so Democrats are crying foul, obviously. It says accusing Trump of stealing the midterms, because Democrats have this fun little thing of absolutely forgetting anything that they do that's the same as what Republicans say they're going to do. They just conveniently forget it because they know the media is going to just parrot whatever the Democrats tell them to do. And all a Republican has to do, or someone on the right, is go, but remember when you guys did this? And usually it's no, they don't. It's also exposed a brand new political fault line: America first versus party first. It says, if you're a Californian, Chicagoan, or New Yorker, you need a GOP congressman to represent your interest in D.C. in D.C., I ran those two sentences together. So you need a GOP congressman to represent your interest in D.C. After all, the president is a Republican, the Senate is Republican, the House is Republican. So the GOP controls everything. Yet leaders like Governor Gavin Newsom of California, J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, want to increase the number of Republican representatives from their state. How does that help protect your interests and concerns? Obvious answer is that it doesn't. Or it says wants to decrease the number of Republican. Yeah, I read that and I was like, wait a minute, that didn't sound right. Yeah, they want to decrease the number of Republican representatives from your state. It says Donald Trump is synonymous with Make America Great Again and America First. It's part and parcel of his brand. Democrats, however, are adopting an entirely different brand identity. They're party first. It's all about the advancement of the Democratic Party, even when it comes at the expense of their own country, and even when it directly undermines the principles of democracy. It's the opposite of America First. Once someone connects the dots for the American people, the Democrats will have another PR nightmare on their hands. Free advice to the Dems: this is not how you win back flyover country. It says, but that's what they get for skating where the puck is instead of where it's heading. And then this one last thing part here is just a shill thing for the site. So yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. But yeah, it's all about the gerrymandering stuff. And like I said, the Democrats already kind of did everything they could do. I don't think Newsom could gerrymander California further than he can, but there's a lot of Republican states that can actually gerrymander their states a lot more than they are already. So you played the game. Now we're going to play the game. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.